Welcome everybody. This is the second session of the workshop. It is entitled Ultra Neoliberal Urban Development. And first, let us introduce ourselves. I am Evangelia and this is Fereniki. We are both members of Encounter Athens, and today we will together coordinate the discussion for this session. The main idea for this session is to focus on large-scale urban projects and privatizations that are promoted in Southern Europe during the current crisis, and discuss from a critical point of view their implementation, the struggles against them, as well the alternative proposals. Our intention through this workshop is to understand the recent crisis and the recent urban development processes, not only in its national context, but also in the context of Southern Europe. The second thing we want to discuss is whether we can talk about ultra-neoliberal urban development. Based on our experience in Greece during the last 2 years, in Greece, we experienced and we identified 3 points and 3 policy areas that tend to change the urban development processes. The first is the adoption of new legislation on spatial planning that limits all sorts of limitations and preconditions for land development. The second is the establishment of the Hellenic Republic Assets and Development Fund, according to the model of the German Troika, an agency that privatized East German enterprises owned as state property. This fund is responsible for implementing the privatization program in Greece, and its revenues are used for paying up the public debt. So, this fund is responsible for the privatization and development of state-owned land. And finally, the creation of new tools, new agencies, incentives that promote and facilitate mega-projects and large-scale investments. Of course, large-scale projects and privatization are not something new. They have always been central features of neoliberal urban development in Greece as elsewhere. Yet, in the context of the current crisis, we can observe a rather aggressive attack of policies and measures. These attacks step upon the emergency of the crisis to link the notion of the public good with the repayment of the national debt, the increase of competitiveness, or the creation of new jobs without concern about people's life and needs and about environment. As the speakers described yesterday, these directions seem to be part of a broader urban development agendas that are presented as their solution, despite the fact that they have also contributed to the current crisis. But as we will see in the following presentation, initiatives of resistance are emerging, as well as efforts for challenging dominant development models and establishing alternative practices of urban development.
So in this session, as in all other sessions, we have invited 8 groups, 8 initiatives, 2 from each country, 2 from Portugal, 2 from Italy, 2 from Spain and 2 from Greece. We have asked them to share with us their experience from their cities. We have groups that emerged recently, and groups that have a long history and have important wings and have long experiences. Also, we have groups that focus on certain projects, but also groups that have broader goals and claims about the cities. We have groups opposing privatization, unnecessary infrastructure and speculative urban projects. We have groups criticizing the dominant development model and criminal use of resources and public assets. So the speakers will tell us a few things about their initiatives or groups, and they will describe the urban project that has been planned or is implemented in their city. Some weeks ago, we sent a list of questions to all the invited groups. We have asked them to think about these questions. We have asked them to describe the main actors that are involved in the projects, the state, local governments, private companies, movements, etc., and tell us if their interrelation has been transformed during the crisis. Another question is, was the specific project integrated in the planning system, or was it associated with exceptional measures and ad hoc decisions? And we want to know also what was the involvement of these groups in the project, and finally, what are the proposals and alternatives of the groups in this issue. And of course, a more general question is this: has the current crisis affected urban development processes or not?